Hello everyone and welcome to our new webinar. We are Ecospace. My name is Theo and today I want to show you the Warburg extension for SketchUp. Warburg extension is a very useful extension and we can create very realistic plants, tree and bush with this extension. But first, who we are? We are official distributor for SketchUp for Eastern Europe. Also, we are a V-Ray training center and we are placed for 3D artists and future 3D artists. If you have any questions, please use QA form. And let's see today's webinar. I want to show you what exactly is Warburg extension, how to create a 3D plans model, and we're gonna create a simple scene. And after that, we're gonna use a V-Ray and to render this scene. Okay, Warburg extension is you can download this extension from this site, warburg.com. Okay. This is the site, warburg.com. When you create a simple registration here, you can download the free tools. This extension is paid, but also have a free version. It's work very successful with SketchUp and V-Ray for SketchUp. When you create account here, you can sync it. And you can download Warburg extension for free. What is the difference between a free version and pay version? Warburg and free version have a simple models. You have a 4-6 different trees, but you can use this tool to create your perfect render. Okay, let's open SketchUp. When you install the Warburg tool, this tool comes with this little box, and this is the menu. First, let's see this one. This is our plants, the tree, bush, and different version of tree, the palm, Turkish plane. When we press to this icon, we can put the proxy model from this tree. Let's take one from every model. I just press here on the icon and drag to my SketchUp viewport. And this one, this last one. This message is replace to current plant, but I say no. I take the new one and put here. Okay. We see the basic preview to our model, and if you want to see the real model, we have to use the render. I will use the V-Ray. Let's open the asset editor and create interactive mode rendering, and I will use denoiser, NVIDIA denoiser. Okay, now let me see how looks our model. This is a very simple model. It's not heavy. Now we can see our models here. The plants, the tree, bush, palm. And this looks very grateful. What is the power in Warburg extension? Let's select this tree. I will open this window, and this window gives me more options. I can create different foreground or young modeling, middle edge, and now I can give to this model different season, on the summer, winter and spring. Let's see the difference. I'll put here the season spring, and again I will use interactive rendering mode. Now my model tree is different. I can use these changes for any models. I'll press the foreground, bush, foreground, bush, and render it again. We have a different model here, but it's same anytime. Okay, I want to show you this scene. I create this scene with a very simple plane with Sandbox tool, and I'll put different model bushes and trees. I'm using a couple of extension like ray trace. It's spray scan. With spray scan I can make a lot of copy on this model, and after that I will use Crease Former tool. The Crease Former tool scale and rotate, multiply our model. But let me see how can we create simple scene like this. This is the scene from my preview. This is the same scene. Okay, let's open a new window. Now I'm going to create a basic model terrain. I just drag with the Sandbox tool, and I'm going to put some geometry. It's not a little bit high. just a couple of things. Okay, now I will use soften edges to smooth these edges, and I'm going to create big plane. Reverse face and make a group. I'll put down this plane, and now I wanna create grass like this one. Let we use mark to see our grasses. When I select my terrain, I just press here to selection. This tool from V-Ray add me geometry for a grass. Let we see how it looks with interactive rendering. It's not like good. We're going to create some changes. Let's open the asset editor and take a different for. I'll use the count area, maybe 5. Okay, delete. I'll use 4. The thickness maybe it's not enough. 18. Yes, this look more realistic now. Okay, this is the good way to create grass. Let's put material. First, I'll open the material editor from V-Ray for SketchUp and select the ground material, and I put the first one, soil. Add to my scene and apply to selection. Now let me see how it looks in the render. I'll open again the interactive render and my material also is going to the grass, but I want to use this material only for a ground, and let's I put the different material. Okay, I will take the grass C, I add to my scene, and going to first setting, switch on the material on my grass and put grass C. If you have any questions, you can use the QA form here. In Zoho meeting. My materials don't look very good. I wanna make changes. When we take a V-Ray material here, we have a different size to our texturing. This grass is 200 centimeters. Let's open the material from SketchUp, and here I see different millimeters. I have to put 2000 millimeters because I work in millimeters. Let we see now when we're rendering. And now my grass looks more pretty. Okay, we don't need any more, mark and delete it. And now let's use the Laubwerk extension. I will take one bush and put the center. First one, I'll take the red trace and spray scan. I can change the radius to my spray. Let's see how it works. When I take this extension, I choose the model, and when I press and hold my left button, my mouse, I create a lot of copies. When I press and press again this button, I create copies. Okay, let's select this model, and I'm going to create a new layer, bushes. And now let's create scaling. I will use the crease former tool, scale and rotate randomly. First, I have to put the minimal scale factor. The 0.5 is okay. The max scale factor, maybe I think the 2 is okay. Rotation, this is the rotation degree. I will put the 60 degree. This is the minimum rotation, and maximum rotation in 360. Okay. Now my bushes looks different. It's not like a copy to different places. Let's see how looks this with V-Ray. I'll open again the interactive rendering, and let's wait to see the difference. If you use V-Ray and create scene like this, you can use the NVIDIA denoiser or V-Ray denoiser, because you can understand what exactly it's happened in your scene, and you don't wait too much to see this difference. Okay, it's okay. Now I'm going to hide this layer with bushes. But first I have to put my models in this layer. Okay. Let's put a tree. I'll take this model and place to my terrain. Now I will choose the young model. No, middle age is enough. Now I select my tree again and we'll use the ray tracer, spray scan, and I can change my radius here. Okay. Oh, this is a lot of geometry. The spray scan is like a brushes. I can drawing with this extension. It's very useful. Okay, let's select our trees and create the new layer 3 and put our trees to this layer. If you hold spray scan too much, the trees is going to create one to up to another one model. Let's use the transformer tool, scale and rotate multiple randomly. I think 1.2 is okay. Minimal rotation 20 to 2080. Okay, let's press OK, and now we have a different size tree and rotated in a different direction. Let's switch off the bushes. I'm going to delete this plane. I use this plane only to put trees on one in the same line. Let's open the interactive rendering. The V-Ray frame buffer. Now our geometry is loading, and let me see how it looks. Let's put this tree down. Okay, now looks good, but let's we put dome light, because our sky is not very realistic. I will stop my interactive render and take the dome light from here. I put dome light on my scene and press again interactive render. it's look very nice, but maybe we have to rotate our HDRI texture. I open the dome light setting, and in texture placement I'll use the rotate H. To change my sun position from dome light. Okay, now it's look very good. Let's put a little bit environment and with aerial perspective to make a little bit fog. I will give you, for example, this image, and when we have a model away from our camera, this model will look a little bit foggy. Okay, now it looks very great. I'll stop my interactive render and I'll change the output resolution and use the denoiser, NVIDIA denoiser. The quality, I will put the qualities to high, and now I'll use the GPU rendering. Now let's see our beautiful view. We create this scene only for maybe 15 minutes. Warburg tool is very useful. And now I'm using the denoiser because I have to take a lot of time to make this render better, maybe 30 minutes. It looks great with perfect quality. And let we see the denoiser. I will try to CPU rendering because the GPU is not working great because my materials is different. My colors to the grass color is different. Now it looks different. Okay. I can use the color correction to make my render better. When I press here to color correction control, I have this bar here, and I switch on exposure control, and I can change my exposure, contrast, and maybe I will change a little bit white balance. And a little bit hue saturation. Okay, now my render is very pretty. Okay. If you like our webinars, you can press the button subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, also at LinkedIn. If you have any questions, you can ask me. We have new training programs. Please, if you are interested, please visit creativeindustries.academy. And thank you for your attention today. My name is Theo. If you have any questions, you can find me here. This is my email, theo@echo.space. For any sales question, you can use the other email, sales@echo.space. And thank you again. I will see you next time.